Welcome to Math 10-3, Lesson 4.1, on sale. So we're going to look at what a sales promotion is, and we will do some examples with discounting and sale price. So what is a sales promotion? A promotion or a sales promotion is any activity that increases the awareness of a product or attracts customers. And so in particular, a sales promotion involves discount pricing or price discounting. Many retailers use sales, so discounting a discount on the retail price, as a way of promoting their products or store. And generally, or not always, but generally price discounts are given as a percentage. And so we've been working with percentages, and we're going to continue that by looking at discounts. Let's do example number 1. Samantha wants to buy a new TV. The model she likes costs $675.95. But the clerk tells her that it's going on week next sale for 20% off. If Samantha waits 1 week, how much will she save on the price of the TV? Now let's just correct that typo. How much will she save? There we go, on the price of the TV. So we know that her retail price is $675.95. And we're going to take 20% of that off. So we need to decide or learn what that 20% is. Now, if we think about this, if we have 100% minus 20%, the remaining percentage, 80, is the sale price. And this 20% is the discount. So depending on what you're looking to calculate, it may be worth finding the discount if you want to know it specifically, or if you want to know the sale price. In this case, we're looking for how much she saves, and how much she saves is equivalent of the discount. So we're going to look for that discount. So we have 20%, which is 20 over 100. And remember that our retail price is the full amount. It's the 100%. So we have $675.95. And we're looking for what is 20% of that. So we pull out our calculators and we take and calculate 675.95 times 20 divided by 100. So cross multiply and divide. And when we do that, we come up with $135.19. And we notice we round this to the nearest penny. So Samantha will save $135.19. Now let's go on to another example. Here we've got Michelle, and she's a member of the Hatskill First Nations and is fluent in Shuswap language. She works as a language instructor and gift shop cashier in the Hatskill Heritage Village near Williams Lake, BC. The gift shop is selling off summer inventory. What will be the cost of a carving that was priced at $149.95 if the sales price says it's reduced by 60%? So again, let's think about that. We have our retail price, which is 100%, and this is going to be reduced by 60%, which means the cost, or our sale price, is 40%. In this instance, we're being asked, what is the cost of a carving? And so rather than finding the reduction, which is 60%, we're going to find the price, which is 40% of that retail price. So we put 40 over 100, and that's equal to our sale price over $149.95. We are going to then calculate. We cross multiply and divide. So we take 40 times $149.95, divide by 100, and that gives us a sale price of $59.89. So the carving would cost $59.89. Let's do another example. Example number 3. Lisa specializes in selling products from Philippines, including rattan, bamboo, and palm baskets. Medium-sized bamboo baskets are regularly priced at $19.98. They're on sale, advertised as buy one, get the second at half price. What is the discount rate as a percentage? So this question is a little bit different. It's not an uncommon sales promotion or a technique. But to figure out that percentage, we need to figure out exactly what it's going to cost us and what we're going to end up paying for it. So we're buy one, get the second one at half price. So we have to figure out the cost for 2 baskets at full price. And we know that each basket is $19.98, and we're buying 2 of them, so we multiply that by 2. That gives us $39.96 as the cost for 2 of them. And now, what are you actually going to pay for these? Well, we're going to pay $19.98 plus 1/2 of $19.98 because we get the second one at half price. So if we take 1/2 times, remember that of often means times, and in this case that's exactly what it does, $19.98. We calculate that, and that's $9.99. So in total, we're going to pay $19.98 plus $19.99, and that altogether gives us a total cost of $29.97. And if we subtract that to find out what the discount is, we take $39.96, subtract $29.97. Oh, and look at that, we get $9.99. Oh, right, we're getting the price half of the basket off. So we could have, if we thought of it that way, we could have just said, oh, well, half the price of the basket, that's what we're getting off. So now we figured it out the long way, but we've determined that we're getting half the price of the basket off. So we take half the price of the basket divided by what it costs for both baskets, and we determine our percentage. So what is our markdown or our percent discount? And we calculate that and come out with 25%. So we are saving 25% on 2 baskets, assuming, of course, that we wanted 2 baskets to begin with. And that's one of the things about sale pricing, is that often you might end up purchasing things that you hadn't intended to. So whether it's a good deal, well, you have to see. Let's go on to our next example. Example number 4. We have a store-wide sale in Yellowknife, and it advertises the following sale items. A shirt that was $31.99 is marked down to $19.99, and shorts $24.95 are marked down to $16.95, and a jacket that was priced at $49.99 is now marked down to $24.99. We're going to ask to calculate what percentage of markdown was there on each item. Then we're going to calculate if a customer bought all 3 items, how much would he or she save in total? and on which item would the customer save the most. So first of all, to determine the markdown, we have to figure out how much we have spent. So if we take, so let's go with the shirt. And if I determine the sale price, so if I look at the sale price and find out the percentage it is, so 19.99 divided by 31.99. Let's divide that out. Just give a second on the calculator. And so this gives us an awkward decimal number, 0.6249. Remember that when we turn this into a percentage, we multiply it by 100. So if I multiply that by 100, 0.6249 multiplied by 100%, that's going to give me 62.49%. Let's work in whole percentages. So we're going to round this to 62%. So the sale price is 62%. If we want to determine the markdown, we take 100%, subtract out that 62%, and that gives us 38%. So our shirt has a markdown of 38%. That's one of the ways we could do it. The other way we could do this is we could take the sale, the price. So let's do the shorts the other way, where we take the price, so the full retail price, we subtract out the sale price, and we determine how much it was marked down. Or the discount is probably a better way to say that. How much was the discount? And we subtract that out. Pull out our calculators, $24.95, subtract $16.95, and we come up with $8. So $8 was the discounted amount, and so we can use that discounted amount, $8, over the $24.95 times 100%, and that gives us our percentage. And when we calculate that, we come out with 32%. So our shorts, were discounted 32%. And finally, we look at our jacket to determine our discount. And it doesn't really matter which way we do this. We can do it either way. I'm going to take and do it the same way as we did the shorts. So $49.99 subtract 25. Oh, sorry, that's $24.99. And we're left with $25. So 25 over $49.99 times 100%, and that gives us 50%. So we just answered A. Calculate what percentage of markdown each item has been given. Well, let's go on to B. B asks, if a customer bought all 3 items, how much would he or she save in total? Well, we know that on the jacket, the savings was $25. And we know on the shorts that the savings was $8. The way we calculated our shirt discount or markdown, we did not determine the actual savings, and so we would need to go and subtract this out to calculate our actual savings. Now there's other ways to do that, of course. And so in this case, we're saving $12. So we subtracted that out. And if we add all of this up, we get 25 plus 8 plus 12 gives us $45. So they'll save $45 total in total. And then on which item would the customer save the most? Well, the customer is going to save the most on our jacket. They have a savings of $25 versus $12 and $8. Let's look at example number 5. A fisherman sells fresh salmon, live crab, and prawns at the dock in Stevenston, BC, directly to customers on Saturdays and Sundays. As the weekend winds down, he needs to sell his stock, otherwise it'll spoil. He has a sale. He offers 20% off all his prices. So 20% off all of his prices. Salmon regularly goes for $18.50 a kilogram, prawns for $34.50 a kilogram, and at 20% off, what is the price of a salmon that weighs 3 kilograms, and how much would 50 kilograms of prawns cost? So let's deal with the salmon first. So if we're discounting 20%, that means that the price, the sale price, is 80%. And we're being asked for the sale price. So let's take 80% of $18.50 per kilogram. And so 80% is 80 out of 100 times $18.50. So we'll calculate that. And that gives us $14.80. So the sale price of the salmon is $14.80 per kilogram. Now we're saying, what price would a 3 kilogram salmon cost? Well, if we have 3 kilograms of salmon, we multiply that by the price, $14.80. That's price per kilogram. Notice the kilograms cancel, and we're left with just the unit of dollars. So we multiply 1480 by 3, and that salmon will cost $44.40. Let's now look at the prawns. We'll calculate the cost of our prawns exactly the same way, our sale cost. We have $34.50 per kilogram. We're going to multiply that by 80 out of 100 because our remaining price is 80% of the full price. We calculate that. 34 times 50, or sorry, 34.50 times 80 divided by 100, and we get $27.60. So $27.60. But now we have a problem with our units. We want to know, what is 500 grams of prawns? Well, we know our price per kilogram. So what we have to do is go, oh, okay, well, how many grams in a kilogram? Well, there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So if I have 500 grams, how many kilograms is that going to be? And again, I can cross multiply and divide. I take 1 kilogram times 500 grams, and I divide that by 1,000 grams. Notice my unit of grams cancels, and when I multiply that out, I have 0.5 kilograms. So I know that 500 kilograms is 5 or 0.5 grams, or half a kilogram. That's what I meant, half a kilogram. So we take our price, 27.60 per kilogram. We multiply it by 0.5 kilograms, and that gives us our cost of 500 grams of prawn. So 27.50 times 0.5, and we get $13.80 as the cost for 500 grams. Let's go on to our last example, example number 6. We have an electrician who needs 20 fans. The sale price at the first store is 5% off. So we've got an electrician needing 20 fans, and the sale price at the first store is 5%, that's typed backwards, off the regular price of $157. The price at the second store is $165, but they will sell at $1.49 for 10 or more. So since he's buying 20, he's getting the 10 or more price. They want us to calculate the total cost of 20 fans at both stores, and we're going to apply the GST and then determine which one offers the better price. So let's start with the first store. We have $157, and we want to buy 20 at that price. So let's multiply that by 20. 157 times 20, and we get $3,140. But we're going to take 5% off of our price. So we take, and if we take 5% off, 100 minus 5 is 95%. So the sale price is 95% of the original. So we're going to take 95%, so 95 out of 100, of $3,140. Let's calculate that. We take 95 times 3,140 divided by 100. 95 times 3,140 divided by 100, and that gives us $2,983. So this electrician's going to pay $2,983 plus GST. GST is 5%, so we're going to have to take and add 5%. I'm going to teach you to do adding 5% two ways. So let's first calculate 5% of our $2,983, and we'll get our GST. How much is that GST? So it's 5 times 2,983 divided by 100. So and that's $149.15. To get the total price, we have to take $2,983 and add to that our GST. So it's, let's see, 2 carry 1, and that's 3, 1. So our total price at the first store is $3,132.15. Let's go now to the second store. The second store says that we're going to, because he's buying so many of these, we're going to be able to buy them at $149 each. So 149 times 20 gives us $2,090. $2,980. So the second store is going to cost $2,980. And now we have to add our GST. Remember, when we add the GST, we take our price, which is 100%, and we add 5% to it. So I can calculate my GST by taking, not to calculate the GST, I'm going to calculate the total price by taking 105% of my cost. So if I take 105%, 105, 105 over 100, and I have to just erase that decimal in there. So 105 over 100, that's equal to X over 2,980. And so to calculate our price, including GST, we take 105 times 2,980 divided by 100, and that gives us a total cost of $2,129 exactly. Sorry, I said 2,000, it's $3,129 exactly. And so if we compare these prices, we can see that the second store is the better price. So those are 6 examples, all with slightly different angles on percentage discounts. Now I suggest you practice. So you're going to build your skills, page 50, 1 through 3, page 52, 4 through 6, page 54, 7 through 12, and then finally practicing those new skills, page 56, 1 through 7, all in your workbook. Have a good day.